I criticized our team a lot after the Akron game, and and even had to take a strong look at our staff and what we're doing, and make some decisions of what we were going to do to get our team motivated. And I couldn't have been more proud of the way they responded. This could have gone one way or the other, and win or lose, you just want to be a part of a program that's trying to do everything in their power to win games. You may not win every game, not many teams do, but you want to give everything that you have every night. And I thought our players, despite losing tonight, gave a valiant effort, and we lost to a very good team that shoots the heck out of the basketball. And unfortunately, they shot it a lot better than we shot it tonight. But I love the effort that we displayed, and I'll coach that any day. Any questions?
You say if you go one of two ways.
Well, you could not show up. You could be depressed, and you could just not show up and fold. Or you can, we talked to the team about before the game, the old quote about people are like tea bags. You put them in hot water and you find out what they're made out of. We could have wilted. We could have been made of nothing and no heart today, and yet we didn't. The first half effort was one of the best half of efforts I've seen of this team in a long time, probably since we played Purdue. And I wish we would do that more often. And obviously this rivalry helped bring it out. But I do think our team is taking what's happening more personally and all being more invested. And I think what they showed you today is, despite losing, that they're pretty strong kids. And despite anything that we faced this year, they're resilient. And that's something they'll take with them long after basketball. And that's what we're trying to build. Is obviously a great basketball team that wins and does things the right way and is classy, but also to prepare them for what's next. And when they suffer setbacks in life, I don't want them to wilt. I want them to fight and stand up and get prepared for what's next and understand how to face obstacles. To lose to Akron by 20 and have BG next on the roster, I mean, some of the kids could have said, I don't know, but they didn't, and I'm very proud of that.
You said you had to examine your staff and how you guys were preparing to. Did anything change before this game?
Well, just, we spent a lot of, you could have lined them up and just ran the heck out of them that track, but that wouldn't have been very smart because you have a game, pretty soon around the corner and you got to have legs. But we had a pretty lively discussion, not a lot of yelling, just a lot of talking about our history and our past and what this program stands for and how we weren't standing for that. And I think it's so important that, above all, we always you want to have a good legacy. And that's what we talk to all of our players about. When people talk about you, how do they define you? And I don't think we were very proud, any of us, of how they would have defined us during that game. And even during some different situations this year, first half of Ohio, our Evansville game. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have wondered, who is this team? What do we stand for? And I think that's something they've got to remind themselves before they go out. And we have great reminders all around this building, banners, trophies, pictures of alums that should inspire them in our locker room. And I think they've just got to remember those things that they're building. It's their time to hold the torch and to carry on the legacy. And I don't think we've been remembering that. I think there's been a couple times where we've taken things for granted, and we can't. We want our alums and all of our fan base to be extremely proud that they paid their ticket, an entertainment dollar, to come be here instead of going to a movie or somewhere else. And I hope the fans that came today felt a lot better about the money they spent than what they did versus Akron. Anyone else?
Crunch.
You clogged up the middle a lot and created some problems there. Then Rogers steps out and hits 3 threes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily surprise you, I think, but it had to hurt.
No, it did. And, great players step up in great moments. And she did. She's a great player. She's one of the top 2 or 3 players in our league, hands down. When she wants to take over a game, she can. But I was really proud of what our players did, trying to take away what she did in the low block. And for the most part, we did a much better job of containing. If you would have watched Crunch maybe containing in the Ohio game versus tonight, and I think Rogers is a much better player, and that's no offense to Akron, or I'm sorry, to any of the players that we play. But Rogers is explosive. I mean, when she wants to go to the hole, good luck. But Brianna Jones did a lot better job of stepping over and cutting her off, and she got some help from her teammates. But then, the great thing about their team is that they also have an inside-outside punch, and when we took away the inside, they hit from the outside, and, let's face it, it's tough to get out in pressure knowing that she can drive you. So she took what we gave her, and she made us pay.
Did Crunch show you what you were hoping for by not starting her?
I do think so. I thought she answered the challenge. She didn't mind. She didn't put her head down. And I told her to be ready. She was going to have her moments. And she made the most of her moments. And, that's what we want from a senior. She answered the call.
How do you...
4.5 minutes left. Bruce and you or she was. Did you hear what she was saying? Or what?
I could make out a little bit of it. I think she was just kind of making light of the fact that the officiating, it was kind of interesting toward the end, just inconsistent with what each official was calling. And it's just hard for the players, I think, both ways to adjust. But, I'll be honest, I would never want to be an official. I can't imagine what that job's like. So, it's just tough. I think it's tough for the players when it's that way. But did that win or lose the game? No. We didn't make shots. And it's as simple as that. They made shots when they needed to, and we didn't. I'm
so
not
that
going to...
conversation or whatever it was just commiserating?
Yeah. That's what I got from it. Now, my hearing, I'm getting older. I don't know, Hack.
How do you guys shoot better? You're 4 of 40 or something the past 2 games on 3.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Ryan.
Sorry.
We just got to keep working on it. And that's what I told them after the game. Great shooters don't become great shooters by hoping they are. They get in the gym and they work on it. And, and also getting confidence in those situations. This is Ana Capitosto's first year of being relied on to play a considerable amount of minutes. And, sometimes it's on tired legs, and she's shooting it differently sometimes. And, and she's never been the one in the game at the end in the BG rivalry. Now, the good thing is she's just a sophomore. So I can't wait for her to, next time she's in this, she's going to be the one telling the freshmen, all right, we got this. Or at least, here's what we need to do. But we don't have a lot of that out there. Janelle played a little bit, but not the minute she played tonight last year. Brianna Jones either. So we've got a lot of people that are learning those things, and we gotta work through it. But I just think the only thing you can do is keep doing it. Keep getting in the gym and shooting, but you gotta shoot game-like shots. You can't go and set up the gun and let it shoot, feed the ball to you every 5 seconds and think that's better. You gotta get out and play, and in practice, when we got game-like situations, we gotta knock them down then too. And we've got a great practice squad of guys that works against us, and they test us. And some of it's going to be, what do you do when the lights are on now? Got to get your confidence. But I think we've got shooters. Obviously, we lost 2 of them are on the bench right now, Stephanie Recker and Lindsay Baker. Thank you. Told you my memory's getting old. And that hurts. But in the same vein, we've got some kids out there that can hit shots, and we just didn't do it.
When will those do?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I think we're getting to the point in the season with Recker that we'll probably just redshirt her because it's just been too long, and I don't want to waste her in 10 games, 9 games. And I don't know what's going on with Lindsay Baker yet. The doctors still haven't released her to us yet. So, I just don't know.
Is that a redshirt possibility? Or would she...
Possibly.